Hey, what's up guys? It's Jakino Nerdy Python coming at you with more Mandalorian talk. Here's my spoilers review for the latest episode titled The Gunslinger. So guys, this episode's titled The Gunslinger for good reason, as we meet this character named Toro, played by Jake Cannavale, who starts off as this inexperienced bounty hunter in training, but ends up being less naive than we think and actually quite skilled in the art of deception, even going as far as to try to screw Mando out of a deal, which is just completely crazy. This episode takes place on Tatooine, where Mando and Baby Yoda end up after nearly being killed in a dogfight in the opening scene, which in itself was just very funny and badass, as Mando's engaged in this life or death battle across the starways and Baby Yoda's just in the back laughing without a care in the world. It was also cool to revisit a planet from the films, as I'm pretty sure this is where the whole thing with Anakin's mom and the Tusken Raiders took place, which wasn't particularly a good memory, but still worth mentioning for nostalgia, as Episode 2 is just a favorite of mine as a kid, and I've seen it so many times. When Mando and Baby Yoda first arrive, they also meet Pele, who's this ship-based mechanic that ends up bonding with Baby Yoda after Mando leads him aboard the ship in search of a job. She's just this quirky older woman that probably spends most of her time with these three little mini droids and lets Mando know right off the jump that if he horns one of them, he'd be paying for it. So Mando's short the funds he needs to pay her to repair his ship, and this is what leads him to the bar where he meets Toro, who actually hires him to assist in the bounty that he's after. Their target's name is Fennec Shand, who's played by Ming-Na Wen, that also stars in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and she's the actual voice of the cartoon Mulan, so I can kind of see how she made it into more Disney work. I really enjoy her here as this sort of notorious ex-bounty hunter on the run from the guild, and there's this moment where, after they capture her, where it kind of seems like she's trying to seduce them into letting her go, where she's just doing this thing with her eyes and kind of swaying her body so enticingly, and I honestly would have fell for it. She was also pretty badass in the fact that when they first spotted her, they just could not get the drop on her, as she was able to keep them at bay on the other side of the desert with these very well-placed shots, and it cost them to have to wait till nighttime to kind of zero in on her using flare guns. So they finally catch her and they're about to head out, and I think that one of the speeders are missing, so Mando leaves the two of them alone and tries to go back for the do-back alien so that no one has to walk. And this is where Toro pretty much shows his true colors. Ming-Na Wen's character tries to forge an alliance with him and even states that Mando's a traitor walking around with the high-priced target and that the two of them should team up, which we all know is bull. And he actually seems convinced for a while until she raises up her cuffs, and out of nowhere we hear zap, and just like that he gets her right in the gut with this blaster, and I'm just like, wow, that went totally out of left. As she falls to the ground, he retorts by saying that the Mandalorian is worth way more to you, so what good are you to me, before heading off on the speeder. And at that point, I knew that this was a Western where characters love to just double-cross each other, really in it for themselves. By the time Mando makes it back to the scene, he already knows what happened, as Fennec's body just lies there on the ground. So he heads back to where Pele and Baby Yoda are, knowing that Toro's waiting for him. When he gets there, he's got his blaster out ready for action and heads inside where Toro has both Pele and Baby Yoda hostage. Toro then creeps from the shadows with both of them, with a blaster pointed at Baby Yoda, says, "I assume this is the high-priced target you stole," to pretty much reach for the sky so that Pele can cuff him herself. She notices he has the flare gun on him and actually commends him for being clever, and just before Toro could get a shot off, Mando gets the flare out first and flanks him and makes quick work of him almost too easy, and that pretty much spelled the end of the whole bout. I also got to point out the fact that Baby Yoda was still in his hand the whole time, so as soon as he went down, both Pele and Mando went straight for him, and then they see Baby Yoda's face pop out from like behind the canister or something, looking ever so cute. So the episode pretty much ends with them exchanging words, Mando paying her for the repairs, and then both he and Baby Yoda getting right back on the ship and heading off. My overall impression of the episode is that while it wasn't terrible, it certainly wasn't the best we had so far, given that the stakes just weren't as high as the other episodes were as far as the main plot goes. And it's funny that they talk about episode 4 being filler, but I kind of felt that more here. So that's it for my spoilers review of episode 5 of The Mandalorian. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it insightful. If you did, be sure to let me know by like, comment, and subscribing, and make sure you tap that bell for notifications. There's also links to my social media posted down in the description below. And as always, Nerdy Python is out of here.